Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of March 24, the Legal Department of the Provincial People's Council organized a review of the content to be presented at its 19th session. The meeting was attended by Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Sơn, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, and chaired by Mr. Trương Nhật Quang, Member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee and Chairman of the Legal Department of the Provincial People's Council.
The Legal Department revealed a draft resolution on the measures to ensure the implementation of that rules democracy in the province, as presented by the Provincial People's Committee. The resolution aims to ensure the implementation of the laws on the local government organization and the grassroots democracy in accordance with the province's economic and social development conditions. The resolution aims to effectively promote the rights of official civil servants and public employees, the workers and the people in their workplaces, the units, production, business activities, and residential areas. It also seeks to enhance the awareness and responsibility of party and the government leaders at all levels, as well as officials, civil servants, and public employees in combating negative behaviors and bureaucratic acts. After review, the Legal Department largely agreed with the contents presented by the Provincial People's Committee, suggesting adjustments to some part before presenting them at the upcoming 19th section.
In order to promote the potential of rural areas, create jobs, and improve the material and spiritual life of the people, as well as to develop rural economy in line with ecological agriculture, the Provincial People's Committee has recently issued a plan to implement the strategy for the development of rural industries until 2030, with a vision for 2045. Accordingly, the Provincial People's Committee has assigned the Department of Agriculture and Environment to take the lead in coordination with other departments, agencies, and the People's Committees of district, towns, and city to develop the plan and compile an annual budget estimate for supporting rural industry development. The plan also emphasizes attracting and encouraging businesses and cooperatives to invest in rural industries, focusing on areas with concentrated raw material sources or increasing production capacity in line with local raw materials. This will create a close connection between producers, extractors, buyers, and processors based on farming production value chain, with a focus on key products and potential products of the province. The Provincial Cooperative Alliance will cooperate to implement projects and pilot models to encourage the establishment of cooperatives and cooperative groups as the key agents for developing rural industries. The audience on March 24, the Naval Technical College, in collaboration with the Propaganda and Mass Mobilization Department of the Provincial Party Committee, organized a campaign to promote awareness about maritime and island and attract naval resources for 2025 at schools across the province.
At a school, speaker from the Naval Technical College delivers presentations on the position, role, and importance of the sea and island in the nation's defense and development, and they discuss the party and the state policies and strategies for developing the maritime economy, islands, along with the building a nationwide defense system and ensuring the people's security at sea. It aims to raise awareness among both the teachers and the students about the significance and vital role of the sea and islands in the country's development and defense strategies. It also sought to enhance the citizens' sense of responsibility, contributing to the protection of maritime sovereignty and actively combating misinformation related to these issues. Additionally, the speakers share information on enrollment at the Naval Academy, career opportunities, and the necessary requirements for becoming a cadet at the Academy. On this occasion, the delegation also presented a gift to the students who overcame their and excellent in their study, encouraging them to continue striving for better academic achievements.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the first month of 2025, Vietnam has reported nearly 40,000 suspected cases of measles, including 5 fatalities. To quickly control the ongoing complex outbreak, the Ministry of Health has issued several recommendations for preventing and combating the disease. In TayNinhTV, the provincial health sector has also intensified vaccination efforts and implemented various preventive measures to limit new cases and reduce the risk of complications. Recently, the measles outbreak has spread across most provinces and cities, with the highest concentration in the southern region, with 57% of total cases, followed by the central region with 19%, northern region with 15%, and central highlands with 9%. In TayNinhTV, over 600 cases have been recorded, but the situation has now stabilized. According to health experts, measles is a highly contagious disease, spreading even faster than COVID-19. The virus is transmitted through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Measles virus spreads rapidly and can remain in the air for up to 2 hours after being expelled by an infected person. About 90% of children who come into contact with an infected child will contract the disease. The first symptoms of measles is a high fever, which lasts continuously for 4 to 5 days. It becomes easier to diagnose when the child develops a rash, usually on the 4th and 5th day. Along with this, the child may have red eyes, conjunctivitis, and a cough. Respiratory symptoms like a runny nose, nasal discharge, and gastrointestinal symptoms such as diarrhea and vomiting may also appear. In general, the child will experience symptoms affecting the whole body. Measles can spread even before visible symptoms appear, from the incubation period until the person develops a full rash. Until most children recover after a while, for those with weak immune system, such as children under 5 years old, the disease can worsen and lead to complications later on. In severe cases, when the symptoms of affected organs worsen, respiratory symptoms can include difficulty breathing, rapid or labor breathing, and signs of cyanosis or pallor, indicating that the measles has led to pneumonia. If untreated or if it worsens, it can lead to respiratory failure, which can be life-threatening. Neurological complications may also occur, leading to encephalitis and meningitis. The child may appear lethargic, less responsive, and in severe cases may have seizures or become unconscious. Although measles is a dangerous, contagious disease, it is also preventable. Children from 9 months of age should receive the measles vaccine, with 2 doses of the vaccine increasing immunity to 99%, providing strong protection against the spread of the disease. In addition to getting vaccinated, maintaining proper hygiene is important for preventing infections, such as regularly washing hands with disinfectant soap for children, teaching them to wash their hands before meals and after using the toilet, cleaning their eyes, nose, mouth, and bathing them daily, ensuring that children drink plenty of fluids, including root juice, and providing a nutritious diet rich in protein and vitamin A is essential. The living environment should be clean and well ventilated.
Over the past year, TayNinhTV province has consistently shown special attention to education, training, and vocational teaching, with the annual budget allocation for the sector consistently reaching over 15% of the total local budget. Accordingly, the province has focused on investing in facilities and teaching equipment in line with the standardization and modernization. And the Department of Education and Training currently implementing a project to ensure the adequate facility for the preschool and general education for the 2017 to 2025 period, with 466 classrooms being built and a total investment of nearly 396 billion Vietnam dong. And this year marks the final year of the project phase, so the department is focusing on ensuring completion on schedule. Additionally, it is also in the process of tendering the purchase of teaching equipment, the TayNinhTV Provincial Ethnic Boarding School, with a total funding of over 2.8 billion Vietnam dong. And with strong investments and a long-term development strategy, TayNinhTV is gradually improving the quality of education and creating the best learning conditions for the students in the area.
On March 23rd, a team of doctors and medical staff from Ho Chi Minh City University of Medicine and Pharmacy organized a medical examination and free medicine distribution event for people facing difficulties in Phu Chi commune Trong Thao. At the event, 300 residents were examined and provided free medication, while 300 gift packages were also offered to people in need. This activity has practical significance in contributing to the healthcare and improving the well-being of people living in border areas with many challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the revolutionary journey with a correct and creative political and military approach, mobilizing the strength of the entire people and military, combined with the fighting alliance of the three countries of Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia, and the strength of the era, the Lao People's Revolutionary Party led the revolution from one victory to another. The great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos have become increasingly strengthened.
Since the establishment of Lao People's Democratic Republic on December 2nd of 1975, under the leadership of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, the peoples of Laos have taken control of their country, ensuring the independence, democracy, and the growing development of the nation's economy. It can be said that the solidarity and mutual assistance between the two parties, the two states and the two national assemblies of Vietnam and Laos is an objective factor, a historical law, and one of the greatest and most vital sources of the strength for the task of building and defending each of our nations. And this contributes to maintaining and developing the great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos. And the great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos is the lasting and transparent relationship, unique in the world history, which was directly built by the President Ho Chi Minh and the President Khe Son Phon Phi Han, and it has been continued and upheld the uncensored leaders of both parties and nations, as well as the peoples of both countries. And this relationship is a priceless asset for both nations, which must be passed down to future generations. We will do our best to work with our Vietnamese comrades to preserve and nurture the right friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between the two parties, the two states, and the people of both Laos and Vietnam, ensuring that it remains the steadfast forever. As the immortal verse of the President Ho Chi Minh has written, Vietnam, Laos, our two countries deeper than the Red River and the Mekong. And the special close and enduring relationship between Vietnam and Laos has strengthened enormous strength both materially and spiritually, enabling both nations to overcome all difficulties, hardships, and sacrifice, defeat colonialism and imperialism, liberate the people, and bring about the increasingly sustainable development with righteous deep integration into the region and the world.
Turn to domestic news. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính had just signed and issued Directive Number 9 on the tasks and solutions for state-owned enterprises to contribute to achieving double-digit economic growth and the fast and sustainable development of the country. He has called for state-owned corporations, general companies, and enterprises to undergo changes to respond more quickly and effectively and adapt more flexibly in the face of rapidly evolving, complex, and unpredictable regional, global, and domestic circumstances. State-owned enterprises must also strengthen and promote their dominant role in key and essential sectors of the economy, serving as important tools for ensuring macroeconomic stability, dealing with market fluctuations, and controlling inflation. In particular, the Prime Minister emphasized that state-owned enterprises must clearly define their tasks and mission, leading the way in accelerating economic growth and striving toward the goal of rapid and sustainable development.
In order to strongly promote the development of the private economy, it is essential to reform the business environment, create favorable conditions, and enhance competitiveness. The Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Chí Dũng has called for removing bottlenecks and addressing key obstacles so that the private economy can truly become the most important driving force of the economy. He believes that policies need to be categorized and clarified for different types of businesses and specific issues, such as land, finance, banking, fiscal policy, and technology also. And based on this, the Steering Committee established in early March is tasked with developing a proposal for the growth of the private economy, which will be presented for the period. And currently, the private sector has over 6.1 million business establishments, including around 940,000 active enterprises and more than 5.2 million business households. The private sector contributes approximately to 50% of GDP, over 56% of the total social investment capital, and about 82% of the total workforce in the economy.
The private economy plays a crucial role in the overall development of the country, as evidenced by its significant contributions of GDP, job creation, fostering innovation, enhancing labor productivity, expanding markets, and helping alleviate pressure on the national budget. It accounts for over 85% of total employment in the economy, making a substantial contribution to job creation in society. In 2020 alone, this sector generated 8.6 million direct jobs, reducing unemployment and improving living standards. The labor productivity growth rate in this sector averaged 6 to 8% per year, contributing over 50% to GDP with a rising trend. It also contributes around 30% of the national budget revenue through taxes and fees, providing the government with the resources to invest in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, thus improving the living standards of the people, reducing poverty, and narrowing income gaps. Moreover, it plays a significant role in export and international economic integration, accounting for over 70% of Vietnam's total export turnover. Ladies and gentlemen, according to preliminary data from the Ministry of Industry and Trade and the Ministry of Finance, the total export turnover in the first 2 months of the year reached $65.2 billion, an increase of 9.9% compared to the same period last year. Despite the rule, there remains significant pressure to meet the annual export growth target. Given the fluctuations in the global economy, many key export industries are implementing solutions to adapt and maintain growth momentum. With the news that the U.S. may expand its tariffs on the goods industry, many businesses in the goods export sector have expressed concerns. On March 1st, the U.S. President ordered U.S. Customs and Border Protection to investigate and consider imposing a 25% tariff on railwood, sawnwood, and forest products. We are genuinely concerned because many of our customers in the U.S. are now hesitant about signing contracts for this year. According to Government Resolution number 25 to achieve the national GDP growth target of 8% or higher, export must grow by over 12%, with a trade surplus of goods expected to reach $30 billion. However, in light of the unpredictable shifts in the global economic and political situation, this is a significant challenge. Both government agencies and businesses need to understand that they must closely monitor the market and watch for developments. Every day, every week, the changes are rapid and unpredictable, and the risk of trade wars is very high. Secondly, businesses need to keep a close eye on the market. Thirdly, new markets such as the halal markets should be explored. At the same time, efforts should be made to explore existing markets like G20, China, and Japan. Overall, following the solutions directed by the government is crucial. Secondly, businesses and relevant authorities need to be proactive and closely monitor the market, adopting flexible and effective responses. But in terms of policies and markets, we need to be prepared for new changes, especially those from the US and China. Thirdly, internal collaboration must be strengthened, enhancing internal capabilities to increase competitiveness, reduce costs, and minimize losses when competing both domestically and internationally. According to calculations by the Ministry of Industry and Trade to achieve the total export growth target in 2025, the country must reach an export turnover of $454 billion. This is a highly demanding goal, requiring an average of approximately $38 billion in exports each month. And today's TTV News wraps up now. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next program.